Good morning, guys. This is Kevin here with the Trucker Side, posting this video here today to talk about how to avoid some of the dirty tricks that trucking companies do when they hire drivers. Things you want to know when you call and inquire about a job. I've seen too many problems happening from the fact that people make a wrong decision when they choose the company to work for. They make this wrong decision because of the things they hear from the recruiter they talk to. And I think it saves a lot of time and it saves a lot of energy if you know how to spot these things ahead of time, if you know the questions you need to ask and the things you need to stay away from when you talk to a recruiter. Because we all know that you start a new job, it's going to take you 1, 2, 3, 4 months to realize that you're not in a good spot. It's not something that you're going to see in the first week. So you want to know right off the back if the company you're going with is a good company or you're gonna have problems over there. So I'm gonna be talking about home time. I'm gonna be talking about lies that you hear when you talk to a recruiter. I'm gonna talk about different shady programs that you see around that are supposed to benefit you so good, but then you only end up working your ass off for nothing. One of the red flags that I think everybody should take into consideration is when you call a company and they say they do everything for you. We do this, we offer that, we just offer the world. Take a step back and reconsider. Any relation has to be mutual. Just like a love relationship, a work relationship needs to be mutual. They need to get stuff from you, you need to get stuff from them. Stop believing that companies will offer you the world just for you being there. It just doesn't work like that. If there's no mutuality, if there's no balance, no company will work for you and you will work for no company. Things will not work out for anybody. So make sure you understand what it is they want from you and make sure you ask what it is you want from them and see if they're ready to offer that. Maybe you're focused on wanting benefits, not more money. Not all companies give benefits. You need to understand companies who do give benefits will probably pay you a little less. So, that was just an example. Things like that, make sure you ask everything ahead of time, because otherwise you might only get the beautiful version, the part where this is what we offer, this is what we give you, and it usually doesn't end up happening like that. Home time. Take into consideration, guys, and understand that an over-the-road truck needs to work 3 weeks or more every month in order to be profitable. I don't care who owns it. It can be a company truck, you can be an owner operator, it can be your truck, it can be your brother's truck, it can be a family business. Numbers are numbers. An over-the-road truck needs to run over 3 weeks a month in order to be profitable. So whatever home time somebody promises you, unless they have something specific to back it up with, if you're gonna run load boards, if you're gonna run spot market, if you're gonna run brokered loads, may take into consideration that if it doesn't run over 3 weeks a month, it's not going to be profitable. And if it's not going to be profitable, then the equipment payment will fall behind, or your paycheck will fall behind. Something will fall behind somewhere, and you need to take that into consideration as well, because it doesn't benefit you that the payment is not on your name. If the payment is not made, you might end up in a situation where the truck gets repossessed right from underneath you. You don't want that. You want to avoid that by any cost. Also, you want to take into consideration when it comes to home time, if you don't feel like you're dealing with an honest company, another common practice that happens, and I've been there myself many times, they tell you, yeah, you're going to be out 3 weeks and then we'll route you towards the house. All of a sudden, 3 weeks later, something hit the fan, a really good load came up. Something always happens where, can you do me a favor and run this load, then go home? All of a sudden running this load, then going home, there's another week on the road or another 4 or 5 days, and you know how it is. Maybe you got stuff planned at the house. All truck drivers have appointments, have things that they need to do when they get home. You maybe already got those scheduled. All of a sudden you can't do it anymore, so things just get complicated. So do your best to make sure that you get the promises delivered when it comes to the stuff you get in, you have a deal about. Another thing, shady programs like lease purchase programs. I feel like, first of all, there's a big misunderstanding that that some drivers don't take into consideration. As good or bad as a lease purchase program is, I feel like a lot of people don't consider one thing. You are paying for a very expensive equipment. So that means that however little or a lot of money you're making that while you're paying for a very expensive piece of equipment. So if you do go through with that program, you will own a truck. That is an asset that is worth a lot of money. Too many people are focused on the paycheck that I'm gonna make while I do this, and you need to understand as a business person, if you buy a truck through a lease purchase program, you are gonna be paying for the equipment. So your money might be little, might be a lot. And another problem is those programs are not always clear, they're not always driver friendly. So unless it's a company you know very, very well and you trust from every perspective, I would recommend either do a very thorough research on them or take a step back, because there are way too many scams out on the market when it comes to lease purchase programs, and they're usually not driver friendly. Again, I'm not saying that none of them are not driver friendly, some of them are. That's why I want to also emphasize the hardship that it takes to go through that program, even if it's honest, because it's not just about the paycheck you're making. Even if you work very, very hard, there might be times when you work very, very hard and you don't have a paycheck, but you're still paying for the truck, you're still paying for an asset that eventually is going to be yours. That's why you want to choose the right company to go with, because you might go with other companies and then it might not be yours after all the hard work you put in, which is not okay by any means. So do your best to stay away from that. It is very important to stay away and stay sharp about these things, because what happens is you end up wasting time. You make a wrong decision. Like I said, it takes a while until you realize that you're not in a good spot. By that time, 2, 3, 4 months went by. It's going to take you another 1 or 2 months to find, or to at least think you found a good company, right? And there you are, 6 months went by. 6 months, you could have made some solid progress on one end. You could have tightened a relation with the company, or got 6 months into a lease if that's what you want to do. So that's why I encourage. I've been there myself. It took me a while, and it took me a lot of quite a bit of hopping around to understand this aspect. So that's why I'm trying to put them out here. You're better off taking 2 months, stay in one place and do a thorough research, talk to some companies. If anybody's trying to rush you into anything, that's not the spot. A good company should know that they're going to be around for a good while. So it doesn't matter if you sign on with them today, next week, in a month, they should still be in business. I mean, trucking is a long-term business. So if anybody rushes you into anything, I would recommend taking a step back and, like I said, reconsidering. Focus on honesty. That's my best piece of advice, and I think that's the only solution, the only tangible solution that I personally have found so far. There are so many ways to look things up these days: internet, social media, websites, reviews, phone calls, other drivers. Make sure the people you deal with are honest, because between a company that is very efficient but very dishonest and a company that is less efficient and very honest, you're better off with the honest one. The honest one is not going to steal from you. The honest one is going to call things as they are. They're not going to do anything behind your back. We all know the sneaky practices that are going on in trucking and everything that's happening. Those are the things you want to stay away from. If that takes having a dispatcher that works a little slower but still keeps you busy, take that dispatcher. Though I would say fully hearted, a company that knows what they're doing and they're honest, they're not going to have slow dispatchers. They're going to keep you busy. Work on finding that honesty. Go online, talk to recruiters, talk to people that work there. Ask them about the people in the office. How long have they been working there? Their dispatchers, their safety department, their accounting department. A company that switches drivers a lot, switches office staff a lot, that's a red flag. So go online, social media, reviews, websites, call drivers, ask to talk to other drivers, sum all these things up, and I'm sure you're gonna make the right decision. We are here on the trucker side. If you need help with anything, throw questions down below in the comment section. Get in touch with us. Let us know if there's anything we can help with. We are putting in our effort to help drivers everywhere. Thanks for watching this video. Hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching this and have a good day.